Everybody, it's John with Backyard Eden. Today I just thought I'd bring you a quick look at some mint. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so we are back and we are here in the backyard garden. I want to bring you a video on some mint. So, have you ever seen mint growing? Pause and think about it. You would know it if you saw it. So, this is what will happen if you plant mint in a raised bed. Alright guys, so here is my, for lack of better terminology, this is my herb bed. But for lack of better terminology, this is my mint bed. It is a 2 foot by 8 foot bed, and I planted mint in it. As you can tell, I planted the mint in this bed when I first built the beds. And as you can tell, it has just taken over. Now, there are a few other things growing in this bed. I've got some sage that's doing fantastic. We always get a nice harvest. This is its 4th year for the sage. I think, no, third year for the sage. And it is doing fantastic. I mean, just look at that. And then, also in this bed, even though I'm not particularly crazy about it, I have some goldenrod. At least, I don't even know how many. There's at least 5 or 6 in there. Goldenrod. Now, the only reason I'm leaving this, I actually had a reaction to the goldenrod when it touched my skin. But the only reason I'm actually leaving this is to provide some additional food for the pollinators. Because when this blooms, it's actually really gorgeous. But yeah, I had a reaction to the skin. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But this is what will happen if you plant mint in a raised bed. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's not too bad. You know, it's all contained in the raised bed. Well, guess what, guys? It is a lot of work to contain mint. So let's just take a look over here behind the raised bed. If you notice right here, here's the raised bed right here. This is the outer frame. I have mint growing all the way over here. That is 8 inches from my raised bed. It is all behind the raised bed. Okay? Also, out here, you can see these line of black pots. Those are some herbs and things I started. Need some water, but all the way out here, you can see some mint right there. That is almost 1.5 feet from the raised bed. And it does it all along this front of this bed. Now, the reason it does this, the reason it grows so rapidly. Now this is, I planted it the very first year, so this is 4 years for the mint. And it goes crazy just after 1. But the mint is just insane. It is just a crazy grower. If you love mint, it's not a problem at all. We love mint. We love mint. But it is crazy. Now the reason mint does this is because mint spreads and can be propagated by stem cuttings. So the way it works is it'll actually grow. It'll grow a plant. It'll send out roots. And the roots will spread through the soil. and basically will sprout wherever it grows. Wherever the roots grow, it'll sprout. So the mint in this bed, the roots have spread so throughout the bed that when the roots spread out from under the bed, because I didn't put a bottom in the beds, which I've had great success with them, so I don't know why I would have went back and put a bottom in it, or changed anything that I've done. But because the roots can grow so well in this compost, and then it hits the regular soil and it grows so well, it's almost invasive. The roots will grow, and then it'll send up new sprouts, new growth, new plants. And at any point, you can take that and you can dig that up and you can propagate it and make a new plant. I don't know why you would do that unless you just needed that much mint, or maybe you were selling it or something along those lines. I have sold some in the past in these little 1 gallon pots. I've sold them in 2.5 quart pots. I've sold them before, and I've given a ton away to friends and family. So it's a great plant if you can contain it. So now, what I would recommend doing with the mint is I would grow it in a pot. If you don't want 16 square foot of mint, grow it in a pot. It does well in a pot. You could do it in a 2 or even a 3 gallon pot and have mint forever. You just want to make sure you just continually give it some sort of food, either some fresh compost, top it off with some fresh compost, give it some organic fertilizer, give it some fish emulsion, something like that, just to give it a little boost in the spring, and it'll grow all year for you. So mint is crazy. So if you're not growing some, definitely grow some. There are a ton of varieties of mint. Basically, almost anything you could imagine, there's a mint variety. There's apple mint. There is chocolate mint. It just goes on and on. That's just to name a couple. This is spearmint. Of course, there's regular sweet mint. There's peppermint. There's all sorts of kinds. So definitely check into growing some mint, but grow it in a pot. Otherwise, you're going to have a raised bed full of it. So just a quick little note on the goldenrod. Last year I was cleaning out some weeds in a raised bed and around some pots here just in the yard. Grabbed it with my bare hands, pulled it out, and I had a negative reaction to it. My hands started to blister, they started to peel, and then so it was a nasty ordeal. So I won't touch it with my bare hands or any skin anymore. I don't know if my daughter or my wife or anyone else is allergic to it in the house, but I'm allergic to it, just in the sense that I had a mild skin, or I say mild, but a skin reaction to it. But I am leaving it for the bees. So just because I'm not compatible with it doesn't mean that the bees don't need it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, pop those in the comment section below. And what are you growing right now? Maybe you're growing a plant that you don't necessarily like or doesn't agree with you, but you're growing it for the bees. Leave that in the comment section below. If you haven't checked us out on social media, go ahead and do that. You can find the links in the description below. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next video. Have a good day. Hey, you made it to the end. Awesome. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that right below this video. And please, if you enjoyed it, share with your friends. And I hope that you come back and continue to watch our content, and also have an awesome day.